Hmm. Hi. Hey, Marine Estra. I didn't say that was I had proof of that. I said you. I had proof that you're wrong about him breaking into the damn building first. Actually, I don't have the proof. I'm going to let you go look for the proof yourself and watch the news yourself. That was all. There is no proof of video of him inside. That was not him. That wasn't inside the Capitol building. You should look at uh, uh, the real footage of the Capitol building from the security cameras, and you'll see. There you go, Salty. Come on up, bud. Anytime you want. Any one of y'all, if you want to. The link's out there. GD, that's for them to play out. Yeah, I ain't gonna go into that, man. Ain't worth my time. Yeah, actually, there is footage of the inside of it because they're bringing it out on the security footage. How you doing, Salt?
All right, I'm breaking up. Let me come back in. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, there it goes.
You sound good now.
Anyway,
Hey,
Hey,
Tammy.
so I seen a lot of stuff on the
What's up,
news.
Lou? Tammy, sorry to interrupt you, Lou. Could you unblock my accounts, Tammy?
yes, I will. I
Thanks,
will.
man. You got. I was giving you a little bit of rough time yesterday, but nothing serious. I understand you're passionate, but it was just the heat of the moment.
Well,
I didn't say anything that
I
bad.
was. You got to remember, I was in a pissy mood anyway after just watching a 16-year-old girl get.
Well, yeah, no. I understand. I didn't know that
Yeah.
she got killed. I didn't know anybody had died until after all that. But it was going on as it happened, and I apologize, Tammy. But you got all my accounts, and I don't really troll anymore, so I don't have all hundreds of accounts that you think I do. So it's a real
Oh,
annoyance to
I
me.
thought you still had
Wait a
like
minute.
a whole bunch of fucking
We're
accounts.
talking here. Where's the
No,
real
I
now?
don't, man.
You're an
Well,
imposter.
I guess I don't troll in the same way. So
Okay.
shh.
Well, you're gonna have to wait until I'm done with this broadcast, and I will unblock them maybe. All right. Don't take what I did personally, please. Like yesterday, I was not in a good way, man, and it wasn't time for play games. You know what I mean? For me.
Yeah, I understand. No, it's okay, Tammy. We're busy over here, so I won't take up your time. But if you have it open, just remember to unblock A balance accounts.
Yeah, I will. I will.
See you guys.
Later. Hey, Teresa.
Hey Lou, how you doing?
Uh, let's not fight up here, guys. Okay, please. I want more. I want I want more of this to be
Now,
about what happened.
because a socialist president is going to take everybody's guns and want to fuck up democracy and all that good shit.
Yes,
So
he
we
has
have
already claimed. He's already
other than
claimed our Second Amendment is gone. Claimed it.
well, I mean, I'm going to tell you, Tammy, they can have my guns, what little I have, when they pry them out of my cold dead hands, and not before.
I agree with that statement.
And when they come
Y'all,
to my house,
you're going to
I'm
DC?
going to give it to the girl first.
And right now,
And
there is absolutely nothing going on in DC right at this point in time.
where do you think the next spot is? Where's everybody going to meet up?
I have no clue. You'll know as soon as I know.
Do you think? I mean, do you think that's what is what's going to happen? Do you think people will gather up again somewhere else? I mean, I've been thinking about this in my head
It's a
because
good possibility.
I've been trying to think of scenarios where any of this could work out to benefit, the people, benefit the good of mankind. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, no.
The good of
Go ahead, Salty.
I think the good of mankind has been broken. Look, like, I don't agree with it. This is just my personal opinion. You can agree to disagree, whatever. But in my personal opinion, the good of mankind in this country has been broken. We've been divided. We got.
Well,
go ahead.
they've had the good of mankind that has been broken before in history, in the past. Like the Crusades. Well, that's something that kind of comes to mind. I mean, that was a really bad time in American, not in American history, but in world history. And that eventually ended, and I'm trying to think of what ended it. And I'm trying to, like, I don't know, been kind of philosophical about how can what's happening right now with everything that's happened in the last few days, last few months, all of that turn into something that could actually help mankind as opposed to make us even less, have less rights or less freedoms. Let me put it that way, less freedom,
Well, let me ask you this. I truly want your opinion on this. This is a serious question. If you have 300 plus years or 200 plus years of democracy, democratic freedom, right? We have the rights that we have. We don't have a lot, but we have rights. And you take that all away at a presidential election, and a guy gets in the office who doesn't believe in democratic freedoms. He believes in taxing the middle class to make them just like the poor. It'd be the rich people way up top getting all the tax breaks and benefits. It'll be people like Tammy and myself, people that work, middle class, getting smashed down with all those taxes and legislation. So we're right at the bottom with all the rest of the poor people, homeless people, indigent people, what have you. Okay. And then there's this big gap in between. How does that benefit the rest of the country and all of us good people out here who go to work every day, support our families, pay our taxes, are law abiding, when you're taking everything we've ever known, our democratic way of life, and turning it into a socialism like Canada?
I would agree with you, Lou. I would agree with you there. Well, everybody on most people on most normal, regular people that just want to go out there and live their life and not be persecuted for no reason. But, it's so obvious and in our face in the last month or two, or, even the last year with COVID and the restrictions. And it just gets to be more and more obvious that, we're not really free to do anything anymore. We're kind of bound by our obligations, you know what I'm saying? And so, like, I'm wondering how does this work out to the betterment of mankind as opposed to making things worse?
I can't even say I'm bound by my obligations now because of the simple fact the obligations I had before COVID are not there because I can't pursue them.
I mean,
because if I do, then I'm breaking the law or breaking mandate, not law, mandate. Mandate, by the way, is not law. But they're enforcing the mandates like they are law.
Right, but the law would be the Constitution, right? Like what our founding forefathers signed for us.
Well, so no, there are laws that have been brought forth by the congressional lawmakers that we still have to go by, and all that. Yes, and most of them go along with coinciding with the Constitution.
Like I live in California, so I know all about Kamala Harris and the shit she's pulled in California.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this is the way I see it, and maybe I'm wrong, but we all have our opinions and views. Kamala Harris is going to be the next president, not Biden.
You're right. I don't see Biden lasting longer than, if you really want to know the truth, I don't think he's going to last longer than a half a year. And then he's going to step down.
He won in office, in the Senate office for California, Pelosi, who should have been retired decades ago. So, I think the rest of the country is going to be just as bad as California with these people in office. My personal opinion. I think I probably should again,
I'm
it's
sorry.
personal opinion.
Fuzzy just cracked me up with that last statement he just put out there. That mine's in better health than Trump.
I don't know about that. You never know. They might kill him off with the COVID. Do you guys? But just one more question, and then I'm going to let you guys do your thing up here. I'll leave you alone. But
Oh,
can
it's
you
going great. As long as it keeps going like this, you're more than welcome to stay up here.
say like over the last 4 years since Trump's been in office? Can you think of any? I mean, they're making new laws over there all the time in Washington, arguing, bickering back and forth. We get to hear this and that about it. But can you think of, any laws that have been passed in, in the last even 10 years, I guess, maybe that benefited all of us,
Yes,
all in one time?
I could tell you one that what I
Besides
could tell you
maybe us
one.
getting $600, and I don't know that really benefits us, but
No,
that
I could
benefits
tell you
all of
one
you
that
guys.
benefited us all the way up to the COVID time, and that was when Trump dropped overtaxing of the businesses and started bringing them back, and that was put into law to drop them taxes. It had to be, because if not, it wouldn't have been passed.
A lot of
You
business.
can say all of
Go ahead.
that, but all of those laws were a trickle in the bucket. Do you know what I mean? It may have,
How is
it
that a
may have
trickle in the
helped.
bucket?
No, I'm not
They
saying that.
have.
I'm not saying that it didn't help. I'm saying that it was just a tiny little thing. It's almost like, they give us these tiny little bitty things. $600, $1,200, a little tax
They
break,
gave you
whatever.
jobs
And
that
they're-
you
and
were
the
able
other
to get.
the other people that benefit from those laws that get passed are these great big corporations and stuff. We get these little tiny little
Well,
pieces, and they get the rest
here's
of
the
the just
thing.
giant pie.
Here's the thing, Teresa. Uh, I hate to tell you, the number one rule of business: make money where you can make money, when you can make money. If you're paying 32 cents on a dollar in taxes, and you can go to another country and only pay 9 cents on a dollar in taxes, you're losing money in the place that you're paying 32 cents on a dollar in
Yeah.
tax.
And Tammy, at the end of the day, you're
So
talking about fiat money papers, little pieces of paper.
yeah, but
They're not
that's
even real. It's not even
hold on,
real,
Teresa.
Tammy.
Do you not need that little piece of paper to eat? Do you not need that little piece of paper to buy what you want at the store? Yes, you do. So therefore, when he dropped it, the whole United States benefited, because businesses came back, more jobs came back, almost 80 or 850,000 jobs in the year prior to COVID
Yeah,
came
Tammy, the
back.
jobs they're giving us now are fast food jobs and lower paying jobs. They're not
No,
real live
you should.
jobs.
Yeah, right now,
Well,
now that
look,
COVID's
even when you
come
were a
up, yeah.
security guard,
Hmm.
I mean, how much were you making? They don't.
1850
It's
an
it's
hour.
a little trickling,
I
and
was making
the
1850 an
rest of
hour.
the money, the rest of the paper pretend money goes to the big corporations. It doesn't come back
1850 an
down
hour.
here.
I was making 1850 an hour, and I was damn proud because I got what I needed, and what I wanted when I had that 850 an hour, 1850 an hour. Excuse me. So you need to think about that.
Yeah, but I can also think about
What
the
you're
cost of
saying, it
living.
makes no sense, for the
The
simple
cost of
fact
living, the
you
cost of
want
living, though, for where you were living, doesn't mean that 18.50 an hour or 24.50 an hour really amounts
1850 an
to
hour where I was
more
living was great
than
fucking
$10
money.
an hour here. I can
1850.
buy just as much for $10 an hour here as you can for 18.50 there.
You're right. And where I'm living now, 1850 an hour ain't worth a shit. You can't
That's what I'm saying.
what almost a quarter of your paycheck's gone just to buy a pack of cigarettes here.
That's why. That's why, because New York and California are the two highest grossing tax states in all of America. I would love to get out of California, but it takes money. I mean, yeah,
Because
minimum
why wouldn't you work
15.
for $18 an hour, DD?
Oh, I would work for $18 an hour. That'd probably be almost the most I've ever made doing what I do. But here's my point: minimum wage went up to 15 in California. So
Mhm.
now these labor jobs that Teresa talks about, fast food, menial labor jobs, some security jobs, okay, they pay 15 an hour. That's great. But these jobs originally weren't meant to be careers long term, right?
Right.
However, they raised it to 15. So that means right now with my pay rate, I'm getting almost $17 an hour. Why? Well, seniority, time on the job, experience, so on and so forth. But if I
Right.
didn't have that 15 to fall back on, I'd be like everybody else.
Right.
I don't mind making the money I make because I don't do a whole lot. I drive around in a car. Who cares? I don't fucking get out of the car anymore and contact people. Why? Last time I did that, I guess I got COVID. I don't need to
Mhm.
get reinfected.
Do they give you a car to drive around, Lou, or do you have to drive your own? I'm just curious.
They give me a car to drive around, but here's the problem: we don't have decontamination procedures. So now when I go back to work at the one job where I got to drive the car around, I'm gonna wipe the fucker down with Clorox wipes. I'm gonna wear rubber gloves. I'm gonna wear my mask. Gotta
Now
wipe
don't
everything.
spaz out, Lou. You know you got some immunity now, at least. You know that
Yeah,
you've
but I
got
still
some
gotta take.
antibodies. So
I don't know if these guys wash their hands after taking a shit and they're touching the steering wheel and everything
Yeah.
in the car. It's gross.
you should have been doing that all along, silly. Hey, I
Yeah.
got to get off. Happy New
I,
Year's to
I
both of y'all.
honestly have to agree with you on that, Teresa.
I can get a white
Happy,
mop suit with a fucking face mask and fucking tape that shit to my arms and my legs. I will. Fuck you.
come on, Lou. I need you to carry a big bottle of hand sanitizer around with you from now on. Y'all
I
have a
got a
nice day.
bottle of
All
hand
right,
sanitizer
Teresa.
that you
It
pump.
was
Happy
good
New
talk.
Year.
It was a good talk. Thanks for having a
Nice
good
talking
talk
to
with
you.
us.
I'll hate you later, Lou. Bye.
If I even survive it, that makes me laugh.
That made me laugh too.
I am
But
freaked out by fucking germs like you can't imagine. So, like, I went in last night, right, to work, and I had this big giant bottle of fucking spray on fucking Lysol, right? So I
well,
spray on my panels, right? Sprayed all the fucking pen pad panels, wipe down my phone, wipe down all my keys, right? Go to the fucking bathroom, spray the outside of the door handle, open it up, fucking kick on the fan and the fucking light, spray down the sink and the toilet and everything. I mean, just sprayed it. I mean, it was dripping fucking wet. I waited
let
an
me
hour before I used it so it would like soak up.
let me address something real quick. Hey, Mark Miller. According to the new news about the new strain of COVID, quote unquote, you can catch COVID twice. You just will catch the new strain of COVID. Just
Yeah,
to let
great.
you know.
Great. That's just what I wanted to hear. Thank you. You're a wealth of information. Great.
See,
So I'm
my
gonna
time spent off of YouTube has been spent researching and doing stuff and all sorts of stuff. I don't either. That's why I used. You might not have seen it. I used air quotes when I said that, Mark. I just wanted to let you know I used air quotes.
I'm a little freaked out about germs, as you know. I'm a germaphobe now.
Yeah.
So my wife's in the other room. She's suffering from COVID. My mother-in-law had fucking COVID. Don't know if she got over it. She had the same incubation period I did. I stayed off 11 days. So now I got to go through the state of California to try to recoup my money, right? That's going to be a fucking hassle because, of course, there's no workman's comp for COVID that I know of.
Yeah.
Anyway, staying home 11 days sucked. It sucked balls. I ruined fucking Christmas. I infected my wife and my mother-in-law. The only saving grace was I got to open my
You did.
presents.
I'm listening.
But I was the only motherfucker up here opening presents while everybody was downstairs the next day.
Oh,
Like, what
that's
the okay? And yes, I took my tax money and I re-stimulated the economy.
good.
It was burning a fucking hole in my pocket. I had to go and do it.
Good. That's fine.
But $600 ain't shit. You want to give me 2, 3, 4, 5,000? I'll take that shit.
Right.
But here's the-
$600 was a slap in the American people's face, especially the ones that are that were depending on their businesses to make their livelihood and everything else. That now they're going and putting people in jail for opening their businesses because it's a mandate, which is not law. Okay,
Nope.
it's a suggestion to not open your stuff. You know, and that's saddening. Hey, PDF.
Here's the problem. I've seen a lot of businesses where I work because I work different properties and they move me all around the map now. I don't have just one set property at work. So every week it's different. Hey, PDF.
I agree with you on that, Fuzzy. We do agree on that, and I do blame the institutionalized Republicans that are in Congress for that $600 bullshit.
What's happening?
Just talking in general, PDF.
It's fucking freezing down here again in Florida, freaking in the 40s.
You were just bitching it was too hot.
I was sweating then, though. You know what I mean? I need a perfect 70, 75 with a slight breeze. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for.
I know, PDF. I'm just fucking with you, man. I had to. Because it was funny. The week before that, you were bitching it was cold. Then the next week, you were bitching it's hot. Now the next week, you're bitching it's cold again.
Damn, I'm fucking sweating out there. One minute I'm freezing to death, the next day I'm baking. What the hell? There's something wrong with the weather, man. There's something wrong with it.
I agree with that, Mark Miller, by the way.
We're supposed to have perfect temperature, damn it. I live in Florida and I demand it.
You know,
you know what?
We're going to lose our freedom loving democracy.
Go ahead.
What's
We're going
that
to lose
song?
our freedom loving democracy. Listen, you know that?
Yeah.
But it's not going to take 4 years. It'll take longer than 4 years to wipe out democracy. But like I said, if they do a gun
actually, the biggest step to wiping out democracy, and they'll be working on it immediately, is after Joe Biden's fucking put into freaking office, and that will be taking our guns. I'll bet you $1,000 on that.
Well, check
That's
this
how
out.
sure I am.
Here's the way it really works.
Guy $1,000. I committed what I needed to commit to prove my point, and the motherfucker never paid me.
Hey, Saudi, tell me if I'm wrong. This is the way it works. And I guarantee you'll both agree with me when I tell you this. They'll never take your guns. Their idea is to get you to give them to them. Now, here's the way it really works. They want everybody to have a tracking device. You know, everybody say 666 on your forehead. Everybody said whatever, a tracking device up your ass, whatever. They're never going to get to force you to take a tracking device. So every TV show on well, now check it out. They're going to get you to ask for it. See, now every TV show on TV has nothing to do but kids getting kidnapped and people disappearing and all this shit. They're going to have it so scary to the people that one day they're going to say, please put one of them in my kid, because I just know someone's going to steal my valuable child. And the parents are going to beg for this chip. That's how they get people to take this shit. They get you to ask for it.
PDF, you're wrong. I hate to tell you, I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. And I'm not trying to be a dickhead to you and say you're wrong. I'm trying to educate you.
That's the only way they're going to get it done.
Let me educate you. Right now, there's a fight going on right here in New York State. Okay. Como is trying to make it mandatory to take that vaccine. All right.
Well, leave the state then. That's all you got to do. Everybody back up and leave. That'll fucking rock his world, wouldn't it?
Well, we're fighting for it because we know what'll happen if he gets it passed here. It'll be next California, then the rest of the United States. Okay, we know what's going to happen, and we don't want that to happen. Okay, so we're fighting it. We're fighting on the front lines on that here.
Okay, now mandatory,
Now-
there has to be a what if you don't take it.
No,
Now, the mandatory part is-
there is precedence with the polio vaccine that there ain't no what if you don't want to take it. What if you got religious beliefs that you can't take it? They had to take it. If not, you went to jail. Or you went. What they're talking about now is putting you into a concentration camp. Not jail, concentration camp.
That's war. And that's another thing I was going to say. When they fucking went in there and did that yesterday with no guns at all, could you imagine if you piss off enough Americans all over the United States and there's that many people show up at every fucking little nook and cranny only with guns? The government don't have a chance and they know it.
It'd be a bloodbath. We'll lose people on both sides.
It's going to take millions to die before the government stops treating us that way. So, hey, if I got to be one of that million, oh, so be it.
Like I said, I'm not giving up my gun.
Wanting to.
You want it?
So you know, again. Como is wanting to.
Yeah, he won't be there long. He'll be out of office for long, though.
That's what everybody said about 2 years ago, and he ain't gone. They said that last year, he ain't gone. They've been saying that all year, and he ain't gone.
Well, now you trust the voting system.
No, it ain't voting. They have sent enough signed petitions to have him recalled, and they keep losing the petitions.
But yet people trust the systems as supposed to be working, right?
What I want to know is why Trump
you can
gave
only
up.
go by the legal means, or you see what happens if something wrong goes happen. You get the National Guard and 3,000 National Guard against 500.
Well, that was a good test. We got to see what they'll do. So now we're playing for that when we have that information down.
That test has been proven here in New York now about 20 times, dude.
Yeah.
Well, like you ain't seen it on mainstream media because it wasn't big enough for their narrative at the time.
Did they send the whole National Guard or just part of them? Because we need to know, because if you wanted something to happen, you could actually plan something to go down here. And then when all these fucking National Guards show up, guess what happens down the road? See, there's all kind of ways. The Americans can't be beat. We will come up with so much shit that we will teach them what it's like to fuck with us, even though they think they are.
I agree with you.
They have not a clue what they have in store.
I'll tell you now.
When the fight comes.
I'll tell you now, if you're going to do it, you might as well get ready to put your mind.
Just like in the beginning, it won't be. It'll be like in
the
beginning.
Farmer.
They'll get hit left and right, dude. Hey, it won't be a fucking military war against war. It'll be people.
If you listen to me, you better put your mindset to knowing you're going to lose your life.
That don't even matter, though. That don't even fucking matter, dude. I'm old enough now that a life sentence don't bother me no more.
I ain't talking a life sentence.
So death is
talking
worse.
A life sentence. I'm talking a life bullet.
Death is not as bad as a life sentence.
So, that's what I'm talking about. So you better set your mind to that and be ready for it.
I'd rather have death than life in prison.
I agree.
And I ain't scared of neither one. My point is that fucking if people aren't going to fight like a regular war, there's going to be small sanctions and small groups of people popping up and taking them out and thinning them down. And every time they show up, they'll have people call up and report a crime. The cops will show up. They'll take a few of them out. You know, they'll steal their cars.
You got to worry about, dude. It ain't the cops you got to worry about, or did you not see that? Or have you not been watching that?
The military don't matter neither. Half of them are going to be on the American side.
Oh, yeah. They showed that down in Georgia, didn't they? They showed that down in D.C. yesterday, didn't they? They showed that. They showed how much they were on the people's side, didn't they? When they were sitting there knocking people down and beating them with billy clubs and shit like that. Yeah, they showed how much they were for the people.
But when they fucking go against the Constitution and it's every man for himself, it's a whole different.
Do you not think they were going against the Constitution last night when they knocked people down and beat them with a billy club, and they were pushing them back away from the Capitol when they were peacefully protesting?
Like they do to us with cameras, where we're doing even less than they were doing. So, you know.
I understand that. That's what I'm saying. But do you not think that's going against the Constitution?
They ain't pushed.
It sure the fuck is. And that's the National Guard for you.
What if they were black people? What would they have done?
Probably let them go on and do whatever the fuck they wanted to,
They'd
because
have
that was
shot them
proven 3
fucking full
months
of
ago.
holes. They'd open
That
the
was
machine guns up. They'd
That
open
was
machine guns up on them. They'd
no,
have
they
fucking
wouldn't have.
leveled them.
Poor
Yeah,
dirt
they would.
farmer, shut up a second. No, it wouldn't, because
In my
3
opinion,
months
they
ago,
would have.
Antifa took over DC, and they were allowed to do whatever the fuck they damn sight please, and never even got a fucking curfew.
Did they break into the Capitol building with the fucking
They
house?
they
and
were
the
burning fucking buildings down everywhere
Cool.
in
I love
DC.
that. I love it. I
They
love
were
it.
burning down. They even set one of the monuments on fire
So
and
now
everything else.
the lesson to be learned by the American government would be you're going to have Antifa burning the town down. You're going to have the Trump supporters coming in where the fucking House and the Senate and walking right through the fucking doors. You're going to have people
Well, that was
fucking all over the
Antifa
United
too. I hate
States.
to tell you, you're wrong
Huh?
again. You might want to go watch some news.
I don't
That
watch
was
the news, dude.
Antifa
That's
that did that as well.
lamestream media. I watched it live yesterday, and I had the news channel on, and you wouldn't
I
believe
was
the
watching
bullshit.
DTN, and that
Hey,
ain't a
you would,
mainstream media
you
broadcast.
wouldn't believe the bullshit that was on CBS yesterday compared to what was on the live stream. And I had, I think Friends and Code had like 6 screens up or more
I
live.
agree, poor dirt farmer.
I don't believe
And
anything
what I
you
was
said.
watching was DTN, which
Dude,
is
there's
not a
gonna be
mainstream
so
media.
many factions. Could you imagine?
DTN
Hey,
is not mainstream media, poor dirt farmer.
who's
And they were
DTN?
live right there in the front lines when it happened.
Right.
And now the security footage is coming out, and it was freaking Antifa people, known to be Antifa people, that spoke for
Cool.
Antifa. One's the third in command of an Antifa cell,
Did you
so
hear that
on and
one
so
guy?
forth.
Did you hear that one guy screaming, "Keep an eye out for Antifa"? He must have said it like 30 times right there by the front doors.
Yeah, don't you think someone trying to cause a problem with another group would yell that? I know I would. Oh, watch out for them people, so to make me look good, so they would look bad. Yeah, I would.
It, dude. I wish some more factions would have stepped up. I wish 2 or 3 more different groups or militias would have been there to battle and fucking fuck it. These motherfuckers, everything they're doing is criminal. They can't even vote the fucking Como out of your office. You guys are getting fucking shit stolen. Everything's crooked about the whole system. Why shouldn't it burn to the fucking ground and everybody in it? Why should it not?
I agree.
So when I see them saying, "Oh, Antifa did this," I'm like, "Go Antifa." When they say the Trump supporters did that, I'm like, "Go Trump supporters." I'm like, "Fuck it, let's start this shit over," because everybody in charge is the problem. It's the people in these fucking seats that have to go. And now they know we got Antifa will burn your town down. We got Trump supporters will walk right through the fucking doors while the House and the Senate up in.
That's your problem, dummy.
Huh?
It wasn't Trump supporters that did that. Quit saying it.
Why I gotta be a dummy?
It was not Trump supporters that did it. Quit saying it. It was Antifa. That's why I said go watch even your non-mainstream media. They're reporting it right now. Non-mainstream media.
You mean everybody there was Antifa?
The ones that broke in were Antifa. And they got them all on security camera. Yes.
Right.
So and they all removed their mask. Because they know they weren't going to get in trouble, and showed that they were people from Antifa.
Out of all them people that were inside that building, there was only Antifa.
Huh? The people in that building got their faces of, the one that they got their faces of that went in that building are all Antifa. Yes, all of them.
Every one of them people in that building was Antifa.
I ain't saying every one of them. I said the ones that they got their faces of were Antifa. Yes.
Oh, and that girl, what about her that got shot in the face? Was she Antifa too?
The 16-year-old girl that got shot in the neck and killed?
No, she was a veteran. The girl that got shot in the neck and killed was a veteran.
That's mainstream media live bullshit. And I watched that live from DTN when they were screaming that she was a 16-year-old girl. The lady that was with her bending down, grabbing her, and crying over her, saying she's just 16. She's just 16.
What was she doing, sticking her head
on DTN? Why was she? And no, she was not in that freaking building. Her blood is still on the Capitol building steps. They brought her in the building to try to freaking doctor her wounds.
So you gonna make a video of all this shit where we can watch the truth on your page? Put us a video
No,
together real
because
quick.
you could go fucking look it up your goddamn self.
Well, damn, I thought you was gonna help me with the info.
Why don't you
fuck
go look
pissed
it
you
up
off all of a
yourself?
sudden?
I showed you where to go look.
What do you mean you showed me? You just sat there and
I
told me the
told
story.
you,
You
I
just showed
said,
me a
I
damn thing.
told you where
And
to
I'm
go
supposed to
look.
remember all this shit. You like I'm supposed to remember all this shit.
Get a pen and paper. Get a pen
Oh
and
man,
paper.
come on, man.
That's what I've been
Come
doing.
on.
That's what I've been doing.
Oh, I thought you was gonna share the info and put the story together, show the truth. Like I try to do all the
I
time.
did that and had my channel shut down. So no, I ain't doing that. You can do it
Oh.
yourself. That's
Well, I ain't
why
never had my channel shut down.
that's why I was gone all of December and part of
I ain't
January
never had my channel shut.
and the first few days of January.
I ain't never even had a community strike.
Well,
They've
be
been trying to hit
thankful.
me hard. They've
Be
been trying
thankful.
to
Do
hit
you
me.
know what? Do you know what I brought up? I talked about Biden and him talking about letting all child molesters go out of jail and prison. And they shut my damn channel down for that. And I wasn't supposed to get it back till February 28th. I wasn't supposed to get it back till
Damn.
February 28th. And
They just didn't like
they wrote me an apology letter because they said I was using non-fact checked sites to bring up my info until I proved to them in my appeal that I was getting this off of ABC, NBC, and CNN, which are supposed fact checked and right sites. And then they came back and apologized. So no, I ain't going to take my chance of having my channel shut down.
I'd have fucking made a video of that apology. I'd have had 10 minutes of nothing but that apology fucking streamed across my video. Fucking.
I talked about it for almost a half hour 2 days ago.
That'd be my fucking screenshot where they see that picture when they looked at the video. When they clicked on the video, that 5 minutes of just that picture of their apology.
Well, the way they're playing right now, I don't even want to do that because I'd be afraid they'd fucking want to shut my channel down again just because I proved them wrong.
And I'd let them have a copyright claim against me because I'd be jamming out the Pearl Jam and fucking Fuck the Police and Rage Against the Machine and shit. Yeah, jamming out in the background. I think I had to have money on that motherfucker too. They don't like me.
Yes, Beaver, you are right. He did that. He also kissed a little girl that was in a man's arm. The little girl's cringing away from him, didn't want the kiss. And he still moved and gave her the kiss and gave it to her on the lips, I might add. And then he pulls back.
That old game
He
show?
goes in for a second. Hold on, let me finish. Not only did he do it once, he did it a second time. He goes in and moves in to go get the kiss. And the little girl's cringing, going, no, like, no, don't, no. And he kissed her again on the lips. Then
it was normal though.
Then they show
dude.
him about 5 minutes later. He's got his hand just up under another, probably about a 12-year-old girl, tit like this. Okay, and he moves his hand down and almost exposes what little chest the girl had. Okay, and the little girl literally had to yank her dress up like this to get it back up to where it belongs, so it didn't show her chest.
Dude, these pervs, it was normal to them back in the day. If you ever watched the show called The Family Feud, that guy was over there literally grabbing these little girls and kissing them on the lips. The Family Feud guy on television, it was a fucking broadcast show for regular television. That was normal to them old bastards. So all the ones in these offices, it's still normal to them, I guess. I don't know. But it was on, somebody put a video up. It was a Family Feud video, and it showed that dude. I mean, it was disgusting. When I watched that video, I was like, that's what they think. That's how they believe. And I don't know how you're ever going to got to take them all out.
All I know is if I could be Bill Cosby's pen pal, he could probably tutor me on how to get really, really hot women. I might have to give that to Beaver since he doesn't have any right now. I might have to give out Beaver's name and address to fucking Bill Cosby and see if they could be pen pals, because Beaver needs some help when it comes to getting pussy, in my opinion.
Who said that I support him? I just don't. I ain't gonna block him. He ain't done nothing wrong in my channel. So if he wants to come into my channel, he can come into my channel. I
Who's
don't
that,
support
B?
him.
Hey, B, you just ain't got to watch the person if you don't like them. Just leave them alone. Don't bother them.
I one time did support News Now Houston. I agree. That was a long time ago. Do I think what I think he did was wrong? Yes. What he's doing now to try to bring awareness to people of the cops, that's a great thing as well. Honestly, I can't hold it against him because from what I understand and seen, I don't know. I'm still in the air on him, but I don't support him as far as if he did that. No. And anybody who does things like that is wrong. So you're wrong on that.
Hey, no matter what you say, someone's not going to like your opinion. Sometimes your opinions, well, they're like assholes. Everybody got one, they all stink. But sometimes it's better off just keeping it to yourself. And in some cases, until you have all the information, you know what I mean? You might want to fucking hold off what you think or what you say, especially out here in the wild, wild west of YouTube, because everybody's out to get us. You know that. Hell, they probably mirroring your page now.
Yeah. Oh, I guarantee you, somewhere someone's got me broadcast. I guarantee you. I'll almost bet $100 on it.
Guys, check it out, right? So
And guess what? Guess what? Hold on. I got to tell you this. I would to go make a Discord page, right? On my News Now Timmy Lindley, right?
Right.
I sit there and I come in and it says there's an account already made. I'm like, what? I haven't made an account in Discord for News Now Timmy Lindley ever. Okay. And I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this and I go, okay, give me a new password so I can get in. I got the new password. I set a new password. Got it. It's all on Odin's channel. Teresa, another one that had Teresa in it, and all sorts of neat things. So someone's been using my News Now Timmy Linkman in Discord.
I've been using News Now Tammy Linlin on Chatterbait. What can I tell you?
Do what? You got the News Now Timmy Linkman on Chatterbait?
Yeah.
Yep.
I throwed him 20 cents the other day to put his clothes back on. It took me 4 nickels. It took me 4 nickels to get him put his shirt back on.
Let me tell you, poor dirt farmer's right. You're gonna say something that people don't like, and they're gonna get triggered or angry. I mean, I'm the salty rant. I do it every day when I make videos. But check it out. We know COVID-19 shut down a lot of shit, right? We also know that Becca cheated on DDT with Dave, his roommate. So, because DDT is a cuck, in my opinion, just my opinion, now that COVID-19 shut down the Special Olympics, he might have to go to a woman's shelter or a soup kitchen to find a new girlfriend. Just saying. Too soon?
You're right, dude. Funny, but not right.
I don't know who none of them people. I really don't know none of them people, but I know one thing for sure. It's freaking cold outside, and I got the heat on, buddy. We gonna snuggle up in this bitch tonight. I don't give a damn how fucking much electric bill costs. I'm staying warm.
You and your rattlesnakes, right?
Yeah, I catch a rattlesnake if you need me to, no problem. I don't care how big they are either, but you know, I want to go catch some pythons.
You know that one that I commented on your video of it. That one you had, you stopped on the road and chased off the road. That big, about 6.5, maybe 7 footer.
Yeah,
that's about the same exact. Now you know about the same exact size that bit me, and I lost my thumb too.
I remember you typed that in there. I was like, damn. So you notice I didn't really play the fuck with him too bad. And the old lady pulled up with her fucking 45 laying on the seat, talking about, you want to shoot him? And I'm like, no. And she had a little tiny little red car. I got a 45 big as the car laying on the seat beside her.
Just remember that some bitch can strike a quarter of its length. So when you see a big one like that,
Skin him and then
play with him. Huh?
I said, shoot him in the head, cut his head off at the neck, slice him down the side, pull him out of his skin, barbecue his ass, and then eat him.
Yeah, and then put the skin in some old antifreeze and fucking tan it.
If I can go down here to the store and buy some chicken, bring it home, stick it in the oven, I ain't got to skin it. There's no wet work at all. Now I can skin the fucking cucumber. Huh?
Actually, you know how easy it is to skin a rattlesnake?
Yeah, I've skinned snakes, but I just
Okay. You just get it a little bit started, and then you just pull it right off. It skins right out.
He didn't hurt nobody that I know of. Why should he lose his life?
Because it's an apex predator.
What does that mean? So are the fucking government. So are the cops. Exactly. I wouldn't have no problem skinning a few of them, maybe, but I just don't see a snake as harmless as a cop. I'd rather go play in the woods with snakes all
I hate
long.
to tell you wrong there, Mr. Fizzy. He had to pay that man $250,000 to keep his ass shut about his daughter. Too bad when he pulled in and kissed her twice, and too bad it still got leaked out by someone else. Trump or Biden has had to pay people off.
Hey, they're all crooked. Every one of them. They're all crooked, man. Just like every single person commits a crime. Every single American commits a crime.
I'm surprised
and
Trump.
All the information's on the video I watched about it, so you know.
I'm surprised Trump gave up so easy. He could have enacted that Sedition Act of 1807 or whatever it was. I don't know why he didn't.
Is he out of office yet?
I think he was trying to get Pence to do some shit like that. Hey, I think he was trying to get old Pence to do something like that, or whoever it was, the vice president.
Actually, you know what he's doing right now. You know why he looked like he gave up and playing that he's a woke child right now. He realized Antifa was trying to start shit and make the Trump supporters look bad. He had to make it stop. He's got till the 20th. He ain't out yet. He knew the
cops was fixing to open fire on some motherfuckers, and people was going to be a bloodbath. It's all we need is another fucking bunch of people dying at the hands of cops that people aren't really doing anything violent. It's not going to look good on their side. Everything they do every day.
Well, another thing that was showed by not DTN, it was the other one, Epoch Times. They were talking about it, and they showed the guy where he got his head gashed open. And he was talking to the people. The people said that all they were doing was leaning up against the barricade and up against some of the pillars, things like that. Some of them were even talking how they supported the cops. One of the ladies said, "Yeah, I was even talking to the cops, how I support you and everything else, blah 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 blah." And then the next thing they know, they take 2 steps back and open fire. One with a canister, the tear gas canister, and shot the guy on this side of the head, gashed him wide open at point blank range, shot him.
And that's the same Trump supporters.
That lady, she showed her chin right here, where she had got shot with one of them pepper balls, and it went all over. They were taken and there was a guy that, now this one made it on video. There was a guy trying to pull people back and to get them away from this stuff so they don't get hurt and shit. And he got sprayed point blank in the face by a big old can of freaking, the big industrial cans of mace that they carry around with the trigger thing on it.
Yeah, but these are the same people that have been toting around blue line flags, fucking the same people that we stood against.
That's what I just said. One of them I just said that, poor dirt farmer.
Yeah, that's amazing.
One of them was saying how she supported them.
Yeah. And, I wonder if they're still supporting them. Oh, no,
that lady ain't. That lady ain't. That lady ain't.
You see what I'm saying? Yep, exactly. It only takes one fucking assault from the cops, and all of a sudden then they see what we see. It's funny how they don't get to see it until they get shot in the face or their rights violated. Then all of a sudden they wake up.
Yep. And that actually, there's just some stuff for you to digest too. Yes, and yes, now a lot of them have changed their minds and their feelings about cops. There's still several of them that ain't though. They're still stuck in that thin blue line.
Oh, they come on my page and say, "Oh, it's only one of a few," and I say, "How come I've done over 1,000 stories in a year, and some of them have 22 cops in each story?"
Yes, yes.
It's only one of a few, though, and I didn't do them all. I only did some of them. There's still plenty more, but you won't be able to find them because the newspapers archive them. So if they're not on my page and you try to go back to the page I got them from, you won't find these stories. They're gone.
Yep. Yep.
They take them off the internet. You can never find the stories that are on my page from a year ago. You won't find them. Go try to go out there and find one of your stories I put up a year
Actually,
ago.
I found one of
Type it
your
in.
stories. I found one of your stories. I did what you said this a while back, and I had to go and actually get in touch with the news people, and it was one you did out of Florida down there. And I had to go get in touch with the news people and ask them to get in their archives to send me the stuff on it. And they took pictures of the story word for word for me and sent it to me in my email.
Yeah. You got to find it. Yeah. Some of them will, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know. Like I say, I just know sometimes when I do stories, they're gone like in no time flat. All of a sudden they're archived.
Right.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I agree with you. That one was in archive, and it
Yeah.
was one of the ones you did down in Florida. About as a matter of fact, it was about that Perry cop,
Yeah.
and the Taco Times had that damn fucking story. They did a story on that, and the
Yeah.
Taco Times before I mean I watched it, and then a week later I had a chance to get to go look for it on their website. It's gone. I'm like,
Hey,
what the
and I
hell?
told that cop that day, his boss fucking beat the fuck out of that dude that was handcuffed down there in Seminole County. And he said he don't know nothing about it. I said, well, what happened? And I told him the whole story. And then he acted like he didn't know nothing about it. I said, yeah, you do, because I just told you twice. I mean, how could you say you
Right.
don't know nothing about it? I just told you the story twice. And then it wasn't, but not even a month later, that fucking cop got busted for punching a handcuffed woman in the face twice. Once on the scene when she was already contained and not causing a problem. He showed up. And then his two deputies lied about it. They said there was no body cam. They found body cam. His deputies lied and said that nothing happened, which it did because the body cam proved it. So it just
Right.
shows the whole damn police force up there in Perry's fucking crooked and will back each other to the end, even when
You
they
ain't
know that
kidding.
the boss is crooked and doing more crooked shit.
You got to remember, probably about 80% of them people are incested into the family somewhere.
Yeah,
Okay.
one of them Paget families that aren't related.
Yeah. Yeah. There's only 3 families in the whole county that rule that county. I'm telling you. Yeah.
In Mayo, Florida, it's the Walkers. There's like 5 Walker families, and none of them are related either.
Yeah.
So
Supposedly.
they can marry Walker to Walker.
Yeah. Supposedly. Yeah.
And of course, it always goes back to the crooked Walker sheriff. That used to be the sheriff of that town. So he bred half the people in the town and their friends, old ladies.
That's
That's
why.
the way it works.
That's why my.
I've never wanted a sister so bad in my life, but
That's why my buddy. I told you. I told you all to try to get in contact with down there, and
Yeah.
Perry. That's why his wife is not from Perry. He went out of Perry to get married because he
Yeah.
knew his family had been married into the pageants and all them in that area for years. And if he got a girl out of that area, it would be incest, no matter how you looked at it.
Yeah, about pretty much every one of these counties around here, because a long time ago, and it wasn't that long ago, these towns were so small. There wasn't very few people in these little towns. I mean, like
Hell, there ain't very many people in Perry now.
in Live Oak down or in Mayo, I think there's like 7,000 people in the city area. I mean, 7,000. There's only like 22,000 in the whole county.
Your sister, you might as well. At least you know she's clean.
I agree, Beaver.
Hopefully.
I agree. But yeah, but I think I told you this. I don't remember if I did or not. But this is in 1993. This is actually the stenographer in the courthouse actually took this down as court record. Uh, a game warden came in there into Dixie County Court and testified against some of the Brumleys. Okay, the Brumleys, by the way, are in Perry and Dixie, so you know they're
Right.
in old Chiefland and all that. But he was testifying against some of the Brumleys, and he says to the court, he says all what they did wrong and all that, blah 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 blah, and he says, you know, these people are not learning a damn thing. That shows you how bad the incest is in this county. They don't have the capacity to learn. So everyone in Taylor County and Dixie County should be first up. If they ever make a chemical castration, they should be first on the chopping block.
That's bad. Bro.
Yeah. Hey, Benji Peeler.
After going to New York and seeing how it is, and you know, seeing how things work, and having to spend the whole winter up there and all that shit, doesn't it make you want to go back to Florida and live the simple life right off the river?
There's a reason why I'm put anywhere I'm put. I'm telling you that now. Yes, would I like to be on that river again? Yes, I miss it every time I watch Poor Dirt Farmers stream. I miss the Swanee River. Yes, I do. But there's a reason I'm here. That's all I can say.
And one day you're going to figure that out.
I think right now, fighting against Como right now to try to stop that damn mandatory bullshit, probably one of the reasons.
Yeah, maybe it'd be there. Hey, like I said, Americans aren't going to take but so much, and they're going to lose it. And the main thing that's going to cause people to really flip out, one of the few things that really cause people to flip out is hunger. And that's coming. It's coming.
Oh, it's already coming, man. They ain't reporting it, though. Nope. Right down the road from me, there was two people that were taken out of their house a week and a half ago due to malnutrition because they were making sure the kids had something to eat because they had no food in the cupboards to feed themselves and their kids because they lost their jobs.
Wow.
I ain't had no fucking jobs. I usually sub for people. I get me a couple little good jobs to sub, and I'm good for the year. You know what I mean? I ain't had no job. None of my side jobs have even come through, like firewood. Nobody rented any of these cabins down the road for me to go unload fucking firewood. You know what I mean? Fucking the things that I used to do. I have a lot of little tiny things that I always do that would, you know, eventually it would add up to $1, you know? But none of that shit's happening this year in Florida for hardly any of us. And the guys that I work with, that I help do things like firewood and fixing roofs and, you know, just anything, plumbing, electrical, whatever, carpentry, I do it all. So none of that shit. I talked to him the other day. He's like, man, I'm over here cleaning out my fucking yard. He said, but the price is a scrap. He said, I just figure I'll pile this shit up. It ain't even worth hauling. I'm like, yeah, man, they're killing us. So none of us that work for ourselves have worked much. And
I'll tell you another thing that you're seeing around here.
Since you do everything and you're fixing all handyman, maybe you could teach Beaver some plumbing lessons because, man, when he gets around plumbing shit, he fucks shit up.
Man, plumbing's fucking easy. Shit flows downhill and payday's on Friday. What else do you need to know?
Well, he flooded somebody's basement because supposedly their main water fitting didn't work after.
Oh, well, shit happens. Shit happens. If the only way you're going to fuck up is if you ain't out there trying. If you're out there and it actually did it and it fucked up, that's great. If you did it from the house and it fucked up, well, then you fucked up. Because if you can get off the couch and go try, well, it's obvious he might have not been the right plumber, but they figured he would do till a real one got there, huh?
You know what? He had to stick to pissing in people's showers. Yeah. But that's just my opinion. Anyway, Tammy, thanks for having me on.
If you try, you ain't fucking up. Hey, if you try, you ain't fucking up. Man. You only fuck up when you don't try.
But yeah,
hats off to him for trying.
Yeah, I gotta give him kudos for trying. Yeah,
Well, I mean, most people won't do anything. They'll just sit there. Oh man, I can't do anything but watch the fucking computer screen. I can't. I might hit my finger with the hammer. You and me up there, every one of our fingers are black and blue and purple from fucking hitting every finger on every hand. It's like, you know, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm still swinging.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. But yeah, yeah, I do miss being on the river down there. I do. I have to admit that. And every time I see that, it makes me feel sort of homesick. Okay, Betsy.
Hey, I'm going over to the lighthouse soon. I've been wanting to go over there for a long time, and we're going to go there soon. The lighthouse
one
over
in St. Where?
St. Mark's. St.
Oh, you're
Mark's
going
over
St.
by
Mark's
Tallahassee.
Lighthouse. That's
Yeah, I
yeah.
want to go over there. They supposedly redid it. It was like really shabby shape a while back. They
It was.
supposedly
It was.
restored.
It had gotten really bad damage by a couple of hurricanes.
Yeah, so I think they redone it. So I want to go over there and make a video. I want to go to cool places,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, that I like, and
Hell yeah, and
I'm sure
what, if you get a chance, I'll tell you what, right there, if it hasn't changed, the bottom hasn't changed. If you like to fish, or you know someone who does, right there off the lighthouse, you take a right, go down the beach about 100 yards, and throw out. There's a deep hole right there that's normally just chock full of fish.
yeah, we see porpoises out there schooling the fish and eating. Come fish flying out of the water.
You should see. I bet you, if you look good enough and long enough, you'll see some sea cows too.
And there's alligators all on the way in there on a hot day, but probably not this time of year. But
oh no.
You won't see them too much when the sun's out real good. But there's a few gators up in there too. But I want to go to fucking Key West.
The last time I went down through there with my uncle at a St. Mark's Lighthouse boat ramp, which is actually across the river from the lighthouse. You can actually see the lighthouse from the boat ramp, but it's across the river. We used to go out at that boat ramp and go out to the Gulf and go sea trout fishing all the time out there. And one of the biggest gators I ever seen in my life, I guarantee you that bitch was every bit of 14 foot long, was right there on the bank, just sunning itself just down from the boat ramp. So there's some big gators around in that area. But I used to go fishing out of there all the time, man. I loved it. There's some good sea trout and redfish fishing up in that area. Oh my God. I have caught so many redfish and sea trout out of that area, it ain't even funny. But I do miss
if my signal falls out, I'm starting to robot a little bit. Oh, what the fuck? My signal sucks. It's raining.
Yeah. Oh, it's raining. It's going to make your signal even worse out there. I know that. Been there, played that game.
If I pop out, I'll pop back in. I usually get a signal the second time better than the first one.
All right. No problem, man.
I get kicked out a lot, though. So I drop out a lot every once in a while. But yeah, man, there's a lot of shit to see down here. I want to go see some cool shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go take a ride around because I'm gonna film whatever I see. You know, I seen a cop watch the other day. That cop in Suwannee County, the K9 cop, he was cool as hell, man. I mean, the first time I met him, I fucking, hey, how y'all doing? I asked him what kind of dog he had. You know what I mean? He was cool. I respect them if they're cool. Yeah. I have no problem with them if they're respectful.
Yep.
I'm not going to try to push their buttons.
I've seen that with you. And I've seen you go from 0 to 100 just because they got disrespectful with you.
Well, why should I not? Why should I not, though?
You should. As far as I'm concerned, you should.
Exactly. So, you know, respect is my constitutional rights as a free American citizen is respect. If you take that away, you just took every bit of respect I got away. Why should I not fly off the fucking go both barrels straight for the jugular?
Right. Like I said, people want respect, but they also need to You need to remember respect's earned.
What's more valuable, respect or your rights? The rights to not be treated a certain way by your government. Because it's not your rights, it's the rights that you have to not be treated a certain way by your government.
Well, you
They're not
can't.
allowed to treat you.
Well, as soon as you don't have respect, you start taking the rights away immediately. So I would have to say respect would be the key factor first. Then you give the rights. Then the rights come along with the respect.
Well, see, the cops don't have to respect you, but you're supposed to have your rights, even if the cop doesn't respect you. But
Well,
if
the
he
thing
doesn't,
is, they have to show some respect in that category. Then, if respect has to be there, just at least a tiny bit, because the respect has to be there, so they give you the right. That's still a respect thing. It all falls
well, what if
down
he
to
says,
the
well,
bottom line is respect to get
yeah.
to get your rights.
Well, if he don't say nothing to you about filming, right, and he sees you filming, and
Mm-hmm.
you'll hear him say that they sit there and say they don't like you filming, but you have that right. So, oh well. Well,
Mm-hmm.
then he's saying, without being too disrespectful, he's kind of being disrespectful because he's saying he don't like it, even though it's his job to like it. It's what he's supposed to like. It's what he's
But
supposed
he
to
still
stand for.
respected you as a person that had rights to give you your right
But he did
to
still,
film.
though. Yeah, still did, though. But he still didn't as well because he said he didn't like it. His job says he should like it. That's the job he signed up to like that. So he
Right.
basically disrespected you, but when they say they don't like that you film it, or unfortunately, they'll say, unfortunately, he has the right to do that. So when a cop says that on a lot of videos
No,
I've watched,
that right there is telling me that's a cop that has no respect, and he's willing to take your rights away at any given point in time and take them as soon as he can see a way to do it.
yep, that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. So he disrespected you.
So now a cop that says, I really don't like being filmed, but you have the right to do that, he has still a little certain amount of respect, in my opinion. Just a tiny bit, but a little bit. The ones that
Yeah.
say absolutely nothing, uh, garner respect, okay, and have respect for you. It's like I have one video. It was a long time ago when I was still down there in Florida. I filmed this one. I filmed these two cops that were arresting this boy on the side of the road. I'm making sure that the kid didn't get his rights violated, right? And they didn't do anything wrong to him or anything else like that. They put him in the car and they drove off with it. Well, when he went to go drive off, I called him over to me and I shook his hand and thanked him because I heard him say, because one of the first cop, the one that drove away with the guy, he was pointing at me and I heard him say, that guy's filming us. And the other guy says, yes, he has the right to. And I'm glad he's filming us. I'm like, that really blew my mind. And you can hear it on the video. I'm glad he's filming us. Okay. And so I actually I asked that man to come to me and I shook his hand and thanked him for being professional and thanked him for doing his job right and thanked him for knowing what my rights were and upholding my rights.
Hey, have you seen Acura Amanda, the work she's been doing with turning people?
Hey, Zombie, what's up, man?
Man,
I have not seen.
You gotta check out fucking Acura Amanda. Holy shit, she's like a damn tornado down there in South Florida, man. She's been giving them fucking hell, and she's good. Man, you ain't seen nobody that good. I mean, she's fucking good, dude. You gotta check out all her shit. You'll trip.
I've
You'll
seen
be like,
one of her videos. I ran across one of her videos. As a matter of fact, I went and watched one of your videos, and then on a suggestion, it brings up the suggestions of what you want to watch. It brought up one of hers, and I thought she was really good. And you're right, she's like a whirling dervish when they get her riled up.
She's doing the paperwork. She's filing charges. She's filing the fucking police reports and getting answers back from them. Hell, we can't get no answers back from them around here. You know, Taylor, Swanee, and Lafayette.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just tell you, fuck off. Fuck off. You want us
Yep.
to give it to you? Sue us. We'll see you in court in about 2 years.
Yep.
We'll keep having it canceled because of the COVID.
Yep. That's the way. I'll tell you now. If you start doing stuff in Dixie, that's the way Dixie County is as well.
Yeah, they just any of this fucking third right of Florida. I mean, third district. No, I don't. I mean, third right of Florida.
Yeah, you're right. Third right.
Third right of Florida. And everybody in Florida knows it because all these old judges and everything that are in charge of this little old country setting area up here. That's the, you know, they call it, what do they call this? The Bible Belt of Florida. It's really the devil's den. That's
I was
what
going
it
to
really
say, yeah, some of the most corrupt motherfuckers in the world there in the Bible Belt. They need Jesus because
Well, that's why they got
Jesus
a
is
church.
about the only thing that's going to save them from their corruption.
That's why they got a church on every block up here, because they got to stop every block to repent for the half a block down the road. They just screwed somebody over.
Yeah, you're right. I agree with you wholeheartedly, bro.
The real reason they got a church on every block was if there was a church, the county had to pave a road. Okay, so now they built churches in every little neighborhood because all you need is like 7 people in a family to sign up to be a church. So they build these little churches, these little.
Actually, in Dixie County, you need 2.
Really? Well, either way, they built these churches all over the area up here. So the county had to pave roads to get to the churches. So a lot of these churches, you'll find a paved road to them. And once you get to that church, that's where the pavement stops.
Road, yep.
3 different ways from there is dirt for miles. It's like, so you know that's what they did. That was the only way they could get the township to pay for it. Well, who scammed that? If you check and see who the families of these churches when they first started were, they were all the local officials.
Yes.
It's like everything is so fucking crooked about this whole North Florida area. It's pathetic, man. It really is. And if someone would actually look and see, which the rest of the people in Florida that are in any kind of government officials all looked at 50 years ago and says, you can't fuck with the people in the third right of Florida. Them people, they're dug in so deep that there's no way the devil himself can get these people
They're
out.
They're dug in deeper than one of them gray back ticks on a dog's neck, man.
Nothing
I'm telling you.
I'll ever be able to do. I mean, when you find the district attorney and his mother were fucking stole $1 million out of Coke stocks from a homeless guy that stayed in the hotel, where several people have came up missing from this same hotel. There's a lot of weird shit going on around here, dude. If I get fucking found in the river, I did not go swimming on my own, promise you.
Oh, and by the way, poor Dirk Farmer, let me make a suggestion for you.
What's that?
Let them fuckers throw all their goddamn tires out that you were doing that story on. Take them to your house, fill them up full of dirt, and put them around your home at about waist high.
Yeah.
Guarantee you it's going to stop even a full metal jacket bullet.
Well, see, if you actually stack them the whole way around your house at a short distance from your house, even 6 foot, and filled them full of dirt like that, and then built some kind of roof enclosure, that would be like a super installation. I mean, you can.
Oh, it is. But I'm just talking. If you needed a place for like a secured area, just in case hell breaks loose and whatever, you can do that real quick with them tires.
Hey, I thought about doing that for like a hurricane shelter. Dig a hole, bury tires, fill them full of dirt or concrete. Either way, it's lime rock would work too. But certain dirt you can make wet and it'll solidify even and get hard and shit like lime rock or whatever. But then it only has a couple 3 feet sticking above the ground, so where you can pile all the dirt that you dug out on the top, and you'll have a hill there. So where if a hurricane came, you could have a good access door and get down in there and fucking wait a few hours for the storm to go by. They don't last that long, you know what I mean? So a few hours in a hole.
It depends.
Like I said,
I was in one that it took 2 days to get over my house.
Well, yeah. That's we got some crazy ones every once in a while. Most of the time, within a few hours, you can go down there and fucking go to sleep. Like I go to sleep for the storms. I stay up all the way till right before it fucking hits, and then I just go to sleep. I'm just so fucking wore out.
By the way, Betsy Pillar wants to know who the auditor was you were talking about. She says, I like females that put in the work that earn her each subscriber. I have respect for females that do it on their own hard work, not like some who tease and flirt and sleep their way to subs.
Oh no, this is American Amy and Acura Amanda. If there's any, I don't know if you have any mods in here that could post the link.
I don't. I believe I'm the only one right now. I could probably
Well,
make Betsy Keeler a mod.
Zombie Hunter's a good mod. I ain't sure about Salty Rant. No, I'm just fucking with you, but I know, the only one I really know in here is Zombie.
All right.
I mean, I know Betsy kind of.
Zombie Hunter and
But if you just go
Betsy
to search
Keeler.
and type in Acura, like the car, Acura, Acura, and then Amanda, and her page, and go to channels. You might have to go to channels, but I doubt it. She done growed so fast that I think it'll bring her to the top. Acura Amanda, and also American Amy, and they're two girls from South Florida, and they've really done a lot. I mean, I'm amazed at those two girls. They're amazing.
Well, I can tell you now. I used to watch American Amy until she went off for a while.
Yeah, well,
I'm glad to hear she's back.
She came back. Her and Acura Amanda started walking around doing stuff together. I mean,
Okay,
Acura
I'm
Amanda,
glad she came back because American Amy was fucking good.
yeah, well, them two are hanging out together, and for a while there, and then so now they'll probably be back again because Acura Amanda's down south, and American Amy was up here by Jacksonville with her mother for a while. Now she just went back down south again, so I'm hoping that her and Amy and Amanda will go out again because they're fun to be watching, but it scares the shit out of you because these freaking tyrants, man, when they see these two girls, it's
they
scary.
go after them hard, don't they?
The one cop told her that she was sexually, she was saying something about she was using, I forget how he said it, but she filed a complaint against him, and she just put out a form the other day that she got a letter back that the guy got his wrist slapped, he got his hand slapped, basically, but what he did was wrong, and she's following this shit. She's following up with everything. I mean, because she's just good at it. She knows what to do, how to do it, and she's on it, man. I mean, she is fucking hell on wheels. Acura Amanda, you guys got
I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that.
She's in Florida too. That to me is like sends chills down through me. You know what I mean?
Acura Amanda.
Yep.
And it's American Amy.
Yep. That's the two that in Florida that we got two girls that are hell on wheels right now. Yep. And they need as much people as they can get. And Acura Amanda grew fast. We shared her so many times. She's had me so scared. I don't know how many times that girl had me scared out there.
Yeah, that girl turns into a banny rooster.
You said that, not me. I don't see that part of it. I see her as very cute. She's a young, cute woman. she's very naive.
She's still a banny rooster when you get her hackles up.
Hey, she's very naive because of her youth, but I'm afraid for her. But she's got her youth on her side because she doesn't have the fear that I have for her in her. She has no fear. It's like, if you watch her and you go check every one of her videos out and watch them, you'll see what I'm saying. You'll be like, holy shit. I'm ready to go down there and stand down the road with a fucking sniper rifle and fucking watch her back for her, because these cops are crazy. Fucking nuts, man. But she files the paperwork. She gets the answers. She's fucking good. Yeah. I was proud when I seen her out there.
Okay, Betsy got them both. Okay, there you go, Betsy. Cool.
Cool. Yeah, Bessie Peeler. Yeah, cool. I know Bessie
Peeler. Yeah.
I know
she's a good person. I like Betsy.
I remember that. I didn't have my glasses on. I didn't see her out there. I seen the name, but I was like,
Betsy Peeler's been around for a long time.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure she's blue in my room if she's ever been in there because I would remember the name. People that come in my room that I know all the time, I turn them all blue so they can post their links in there, and otherwise we can't find each other no more.
Yep.
Type the name, still don't come up.
Yeah, I know. I've been typing names of people left and right, trying to find their channel, and a half hour later, I finally find them about 300 freaking things down.
Oh, I like how 5 days later you'll get an alert that they just went live.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, you motherfucker, that was 5 days ago, you son of a bitch. Well, I told you.
But you don't go into many streams anymore. Yeah, you're right. You don't, bet you. I'm
Hey.
glad you still come to mind, though, girl. I really do.
Hey, they age restricted a video that I put out 8 months ago on my other Poor Dirt Farmer page, my Mellow page. I only got like 300 subscribers, but they age restricted a video that I stood at my front door, videoing it barely raining. It wasn't raining that hard. But 8 months later, they sent me an email that my video was age restricted. I'm like, what the fuck? So I go look at the video, right? It's me, 2 minutes of me standing at the front door filming rain. Like, I seen that shit. I said, YouTube is doomed. They ain't got a hope of prayer. This program's toast, man. Who's going to be the replacement? I can't wait for YouTube's replacement because when you age restrict, not only that they age restrict rain, it took them 8 months to find this dreaded 2 minutes of rain video. That's the scary part. It's like 5 days later, you get the alert that the person's live. It's kind of the same thing. If there's ever a nuclear damage danger on YouTube, they're going to be 8 months late finding it. I'm just saying. It took them 8 months to find this dangerous rain video that I had up. You know?
Right. Teresa said, "Did you ever get over your fear of spray paint, PDO? I think this is the year you'll overcome it."
No, I think I'm gonna have to claim PTSD on the spray paint thing. I'm starting to wonder. If somebody breaks a can out at the store to put in their cart, I kind of jump now. You know, I mean, got a little bit of fear of spray cans. I'll never be able to buy spray polyurethane again. So how am I going to get my sticks shiny?
Okay, cool, Betsy. Yeah, you can share their links on my channel anytime. They're good people, and I appreciate that. And share them anywhere you can because they really need to be got out there. They're good people. I used to watch American Amy all the time before she quit for a while. I'm glad to hear she came back. She was really good back in the day. And I'm probably sure she's just as good now. So I'm glad to hear she's back.
Yeah, I was going to go over there and meet with her, but I didn't get roadworthy in time, and she went back down south. She was right up here above Jacksonville, and that's such beautiful beaches over there. I'd like to go over there, walk up and down the beach.
Yep. I have been over to them before myself in the beaches. There's some pretty beaches over there. You're right. I
have an airless sprayer, Teresa. Mine's airless. I have an airless sprayer. I don't even have a spray gun. I got an airless sprayer.
Yeah, it's called a paintbrush.
No, I got an airless sprayer. You pour the paint in the thing and it says choo-choo. You know what I'm talking about? The big long hose and the handle, and you squeeze it, and you can spray mud or anything depending on what tip you put on it. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like painters use. Like a painter uses airless sprayers. Yeah.
Just do it old-fashioned way and just use a fucking paintbrush.
Yeah, I might start using a brush. I'll tell the guy, "Nah, I can't spray it, man. I got the fear of a spray can now. I can't have no kind of spray nothing around. I don't even use spray deodorant. Gotta start buying old."
Oh man.
That's funny shit though, dude. I'm telling you. It's amazing what happens to people in society when they go around in the world. Most people don't never get to see it because they don't document it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, look at all the shit that happened to every single person I hear on the internet. If they think about all the shit they went through growing up, all the craziest of the crazy shit they went through, could you imagine if all that was documented?
Oh yeah.
You'd either be in jail.
If you would have had a video of my lifetime, oh my
well, they're going to have that. From now on, they're going to have that. They're going to video, but they're never going to do the shit we've done. I mean, they don't have the freedoms we had as kids nowadays because it's not safe, I guess, out there. You know?
Oh, yeah. Like me at 9 years old, running up and down a fishing creek, going fishing for the day by myself. Yeah, don't do that today. Don't let your 9-year-old kid do that today. Oh, hell no.
And we didn't have no fishing
You'll be
license.
in freaking prison. Your kid will be in a fucking foster home. It's so damn quick it make your head spin.
And we didn't have to have a fishing license back then either.
Well, you still don't have to have one in most states until you're 16. Thank
Oh,
God.
really? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there, you know. But
Yeah.
still, I at 9 years old, I was good. My mom would be washing my ass, and I wait for the most perfect opportune time. I'd be out of her sight so damn quick, grab my fishing pole, and I was up at the fishing pond out behind the house fishing.
And we had groups of us that rode bicycles all over town, a bunch of kids,
Yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12-year-old kids riding bicycles from one
Hell,
end to the
at
city.
12 years old, I was riding my bike. At 12 years old, I lived 5 miles out of town. At 12 years old, I was riding my bike down Highway H into Sullivan, Missouri, 5.5 miles, just to go into town to go to the bowling alley, hang out with my friends, and then ride my bike 5.5 miles back home.
You couldn't get a kid to ride a bike a mile, let alone 5.5 miles nowadays. I don't think not very many. I don't believe.
Yeah, they're very few and far between. You can't get them off their
And then plus it
computer or
wouldn't
their phone long enough.
Yeah. I'm glad I grew up when I did. Believe me.
No, I
I'm
bet
really-
you've been a good mod to me in the past. I'll keep you as a mod, girl. Just remember, don't get rid of anybody. Just I'm gonna do the timeout thing a little bit if it gets like too serious, unless I just say I want them gone. Um, like I got rid of 2 fake people today, like the fake Big Nick South Florida and the fake Florida Hillbilly.
Yeah, there's a lot of duplicate accounts out here. You got to really be careful, man. Really be careful. And if you ain't sure when you bring them up on the panel, just put somebody's picture big to where all the pictures are small except for the main picture, and then you can look at them and see who they are before you let them take a screenshot. You got to screenshot everything nowadays. It's really strange. I don't understand all this shit. So, hey, but have you been over to the commander's room yet?
Who's?
Commander Moose. I call him Commander Moose. The auditor's lounge. It's called. We go out there. We go in there just to have fun. There's nothing serious. He don't want no arguing, no fussing, no bitching, no complaining, no trolling. So we go in there and talk shit and just to have fun. Kind of like what we're doing right now. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
We don't have no complaining. It's not for that. Leave your shit at the door. Come in and have fun. Take 5 minutes and just be a regular person. Now, Salty Rant come in there. We had fun. He was in there. He can have fun. He can leave all the
Salty
baggage.
Rant knows how to have fun.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He can leave all the baggage at the door. If he can do it, anybody can do it. You know what I mean? They don't have to fucking bring their emotions and their angers and their frustrations in there. Come in there and unload for a minute. Only have fun. That's what we've been doing. I invited Furry Tater in there the other day, and Furry Tater and Miss Tater came in. It was like unbelievable. Unbelievable. We were like, wow. You know what I mean? Because it was funny because Commander used to always say since when he first opened the page, if I could ever get Furry Tater in here, he used to say. And I was like, man, you never know what's going to happen. So I started inviting a bunch of people, sending people links, and they'd pop in and say hi. And it was cool.
Well, Furry Potato, every once in a while, will even come in here and go, poop, hi, and then gone.
Yeah. I love it. I love it because Furry Tater comes in your room, it means something to me, you know.
Yeah, it does to me. I mean, Furry Potatoes, I found out one thing. They either hate Furry Potato or they like Furry Potato. There ain't no very many people that are like on the fence with Furry Potato. There are some, but they're very few and far between. But Furry Potatoes very well liked.
Well, you see what the Tater Tots did the other day. I don't know if you've seen that video. The lady that got pulled over and they were impounding her car, and it was like $500 or $600 to get her car back. The Tater Tots told Furry they wanted to take up a collection and get Furry to give that lady the money to get her car back. So the Tater Tots came up with the idea. Furry didn't at that time, and they did. They come up. I think it was like $560 or something. Furry went and delivered it to the lady. She looked like she had scrubs on, like she was working at a doctor's office or something, like a nurse or, whatever. But a little short Spanish lady, you could tell she probably wasn't never going to get her car back. And Furry went up and handed her cash money to get her car back. That was like, that to me, that's classic Furry Potato and the Tater Tots right there to me. That's what I see, the things that they do, getting all them tents and homeless things for the kids. And I mean, to me, that's what it's about. And the freedom to choose to do what you choose to do, not what someone else tells you you should or how you should do it, as long as you're not breaking the law. Okay, we can go to morals after we go to the law, because everybody's morals are different. That's why they have laws.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So,
hey, I could be high, no justice, and yes, I'm on a computer.
no
I had
justice.
to. By the way, no justice, you've been putting out some good shit lately, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, Thomas Robinson. Hey, Jason Goddett. What's up, buddy?
That's Evil Eddie.
I was going to
Jason.
say, is that a cat?
That's Evil Eddie. He's a Bengal cat. He's weird. There's something wrong with him. Tony ain't right, huh? Don't look at him.
I wish I could have. I could be. I had other things that we were dealing with. They were trying to. One of the reasons why I was only watching shit yesterday and not even streaming anything or anything else like that was I was busy with dealing with some shit that trying to help people try to stop Como from passing laws while that shit was going down, or which he can't do. It ain't. He's in the wrong. He's not in the law making part of the fucking
I don't
government. So.
Do you think they made any new friends, the government, compared to the amount of friends that they've lost yesterday?
Hey, Steve Pender. What do you mean? The government?
Yeah. Well, if
The
you look at
government lost total support.
I want to say,
from
if you
half
look
the
at the
country.
American people as subscribers to the government, right? And then yesterday, you think they lost a bunch of subscribers yesterday?
Oh no, I don't think they lost any subscribers. I think
No.
they gained a lot of haters though.
But that's
Because
what I'm saying.
here's
Well,
the thing.
that's the
Biden.
same thing. That's the same thing.
Well,
What I meant.
hold on. Biden used to have a live chat on his shit when he would go live. He don't have it no more. He shut it down. Trump, when he would go live on YouTube, okay, he I think it's hilarious. Say bitch about Twitter, but he was on Trump's on YouTube more than actually talking on YouTube in a live stream atmosphere all the time, and they didn't bitch about YouTube at all. Blew my mind. Uh, uh, but the thing is, he used to have live chat. That's all shut down. Every one of them government officials that have come live on YouTube have shut down all their live chats.
Yeah.
Now,
well,
that
who
had
did
like
it? They shut them down, or did like Facebook and YouTube do it?
no, they shut them down themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that because of all the hate, all the stuff that's going on, and why would they shut down Biden's? Think about it. They love Biden. They suck Biden off every day. Or do you not watch mainstream media? I
No, I
watch it
don't.
just to know
I
what
don't.
I watch it to know what type of lies they're saying today.
I had it on yesterday because it was showing us through the government cameras, I guess, the Washington cameras. The news stream was showing.
No, I said a live stream, not a panel.
Oh, live streams. Yeah, I go to a lot of live streams. But
Battle Organ said Trump does panels. I said a live stream setting. This is a panel setting. A live stream setting is what I did before I came and started this.
Right. You mean at to where Trump's at, or Trump's the politician herself is doing the live stream?
Trump was doing live streams like
where
you ask YouTube to go live.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And you got a chat over here and no panel.
I didn't know
Trump
that.
did that.
Dude. You never sent me a link, man. How was I supposed to know? I'm stuck down here in the woods.
Shit, I thought you'd know to go put in Trump and go to and subscribe to Trump's fucking channel.
Hell no, I was too busy, dude. I had shit to do. I don't have time. Unless somebody sends me a link, I don't never know nothing. I'm always busy.
All you got to do is type in Trump, and it's normally the first one right at the top, and it'll say subscribe, and you're going to his channel.
Yeah, see, I'm not political. I think they're both criminals, both sides. The two wings on the same bird. They both eat from the same trough, and that's the
My biggest thing, I'll tell you why I support Trump, and I'll tell you this now, is when Biden came out of his own mouth and said he wanted to let all child molesters out of jail and prison.
That's fucked up. I never heard that either. That's crazy.
You can look it up. CNN still has it on Google. Fucking ABC still has it on Google.
I believe it.
MSNBC still has it on Google. Look it up.
Well, I don't do politics, man, because they're all a bunch of damn criminals. They're sucking blood. They're like vampires, man. You know, they just suck off the American people. I mean, look,
I cannot abide by anybody that thinks it's okay to let all child molesters out of fucking jail and prison.
Unless we're allowed to stand out there at the gate as they're coming out.
Yeah.
Now we got a different story.
Yeah, that's a different story.
Out that day. Then we get to decide what happens to them, right?
Especially when there's numbers. The last time I looked this up, I ain't looked it up here recently, but the numbers stated 92% of child molesters let back out of prison will molest a child again. And 72 of that 92% will do it to multiple children.
What's the percentage of the ones that did it before they got caught?
They don't have the numbers. I looked everywhere for that number.
Well, they don't know, but they have a statistic. They have a guess.
Yeah, I haven't found the numbers. I've looked everywhere for them numbers.
Pretty much, most of them, they didn't get caught the first time. Mostly every single one that they've ever fucking busted, it wasn't their first time.
I have to agree with you. I have to agree with you on that. I have to agree.
So, you know.
All right.
It's like these mass murderers, they start out with critters and they work up to people. They didn't get caught when they were doing the critters.
You're right.
See what I'm saying? It's the same with them, you know.
I wished I was fried, Thomas.
Hey, you know what else? They never get any charges. The one I just did today, he's got 2 charges. Now, he's facing 100 years, they said, but he's got 2 charges. What are the odds? One charge will be dropped. The other one will be dropped down to a misdemeanor, and he'll walk.
Is it a cop?
Yeah, it was his 6-year-old relative.
That motherfucker's going to get a slap on the wrist, told not to do it again, lose his job, and go to another police department.
Hey, it was his 6-year-old relative, and it was also a male. And it started when the kid was 6 years old. And he did it to this kid every month for 6 years, whatever he did. But he's arrested, $160,000 bond with 2 charges. 2 charges.
Well, you could make a guesstimate, you know, Steve. I agree. They would have to admit to those before even getting close to an accurate number. I would say that they could probably make a guesstimate of it, and even I couldn't even find a guesstimated number for that. So they probably won't even publish something like that on a guesstimation, you know, because that's just too controversial then.
Well, anyone that got busted for more than one crime, they usually
then you ain't looking hard enough, vital organ.
Huh?
I said, then you ain't looking hard enough, vital organ.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He said he can't find where Biden said that he wanted to let all child molesters out of jail and prison.
Yeah, I remember hearing something about it. But like I said, when it gets to the politics, it's already too late.
Won't do it. You know, I already had my channel shut down for supposedly using non-fact checked information. I ain't gonna put it out there.
Hey, if you go on the internet now, there's a new tab. You can get YouTube to check your video before you put it up.
Oh my God, really?
I think so. I've seen it the other day. I was like,
then I might do stuff like that,
I'm pretty sure I think the other
And guess what, Vital Organ? I got an apology from YouTube for shutting my channel down just for that very reason. They shut me down because I said Biden did that. That's why I was gone almost all of December, and only going into people's rooms, talking in people's rooms, and because they shut my channel down for me stating that, and then I got an apology once I showed them the links in the appeal for shutting down my channel and giving me back my channel. That's what I was supposed to have be shut down till February 28th. So you know, even YouTube can find it. If the dumbasses of YouTube can find it, you sure in the hell can find it.
Hey, go on Facebook. I'm sure it's on Facebook because somebody told me, hey, I shared a video you shared on Facebook and got my shit kicked off of YouTube. I said, why do you think I got to use my wife's account? Because I'm always in Facebook jail. I go to fucking Facebook jail. So if you share something that I put on my page or my wife's page, share it at your own risk because odds are you're probably going to go to Facebook jail and get kicked off of YouTube because I share some fucked up shit. I can tell you.
I agree with you on that. Stephen Pender, Pence turned on Trump. Yep. And he needs a job soon. He committed political suicide, and at least on the Republican side, I would say. I don't think he'll ever get voted in for anything anywhere.
Hey, somebody said that he needed to be the president because if he would have been, his statute of limitations would have been up on some of the crimes that they're going to charge him for if he didn't get elected. Now that he's not been elected, someone said he's going to be charged with all kind of shit because the statute of limitations ain't up. I said, don't worry about it. His buddy Biden will pardon him. That's how they do it.
Hey, come on, man. Do you think they got anything on Trump? I mean, they tried for 4 years for Russian collusion. And after 4 years of trying it, they finally gave up because it came back showing no Russian collusion.
They always blame everything on the Russians. They're blaming the virus on the Russians. They're blaming
everything China's done on the Russians.
Yeah. But you can fact check this.
All evidence shows China did it.
Here's something you can fact check. A lady in Russia died like months before the first illness came out at the Hong Kong flu, at the Hong Kong place over there. A lady had died in France of the same thing. So it didn't start in China at that wet market. It's because someone had already died in France a month or so before that, documented. Yeah. So now, how are you going to sit there and try to tell everybody on the whole world that this shit started at a wet market in China? Something wrong with that picture, if you ask me, because you can research that they came out with that lady died in France. I ain't making it up. Research it for yourself and you'll see what I'm saying. So now that right there shows that from the very beginning, everything they told you is a freaking lie. Didn't start in China.
Right.
And have you ever trusted the government before? Look at our government's track record. All the shit they've done to the people in society and the world and Americans throughout the history of the American government. Why would anybody trust someone like that? I mean, they shot people up in South Carolina, the South, because they were afraid to die. These Southern people were afraid to die and not have a place to be buried. So our government came up with the bright idea that we'll give them a place to be buried if they let us inject them with something. But they have to keep this something. They can't go get no checkup at no other doctor and get no medicine. The government will take care of them. So they injected them with fucking venereal disease, syphilis and gonorrhea, to see what it would do to allow someone to live their whole life and die with this fucking disease. Our government did that to our people. And that's just one thing of many that our government has done. Why would anybody trust a government like that? But yet they do. Just vote. You'll be okay. Don't worry. We got this. We'll give you $600. We got your name, address, phone number, and bank account information now too, don't we?
Yeah.
Now we can put everything on a card. Nobody will have a job. Eventually the government's going to say, if you bring your card that proves you got all your shots and come here, we'll give you a job. We already got your information. So you'll have money in your account. And that's the new world coming.
Presidential. By the way, Thomas R. Robinson, that's the presidential succession, or if they get sick or whatever, it gives the ability for the vice president to take over.
Well, why would they not make everybody live off the government money? Because all the small businesses will be closed soon. There won't be none open hardly. They won't be able to compete. Everything on their shelves is outdated. They're going to have to throw all that shit away.
It's insane, dude. I can't believe what they've done to the small businesses. They put them all out of business, pretty much.
So now we
Only
live in.
small business that'll still be around probably is a bar, because
What
alcohol
would they
just gets
call?
better with age.
What would be a good name for a new system that was fascist, socialist, and communist, and a little bit of United States all mixed up into one? What would you call that?
Fuck up.
Because that's what we got coming. That's what we got coming, y'all. Your
Mhm.
days of freedom are over. Nothing ever goes backwards. Government never gives you anything. Don't worry. Americans are resilient. They'll figure a way to pull the government out of this and make them trillions more dollars. I'm sure. Go to work and vote. Just get
Well,
out there.
no, they're claiming he is. They're claiming that he is a secessionist. That he is going against all the government and against the Constitution.
How are they going to sell the American dream this time to the kids? They just sell
The
that.
American dream, come and be lazy,
Sell that.
do
Sell the
nothing, get
American
fat.
dream. Tell them how all they got to do is go to school and graduate, and they'll have the house with the picket fence and the dog and the good job, 2 cars in the driveway with maximum vacation time, good money, kids running around everywhere, going to college. You're going to live the great life of the American dream. Just go to school, graduate, and vote.
Digital Jesus, I am not going to disagree with you or agree with you on that.
I don't even know who to.
Just to say, I will say I lean towards your words there, Digital Jesus. I do lean towards it.
Yeah, I don't know. I see gloom and doom, I guess, because I've seen so much gloom and doom. I know, I don't know.
That I agree with Stephen Pender. And Pelosi's the last person we need anywhere near that type of position. It's bad enough where she is now. She got asked a simple question in the House yesterday, and she wouldn't answer it. She just stood there and waited on the man's remaining time to run out because he was waiting on her to answer the question. She just stood there and let the man's remaining time run out and never answered the question.
That's how they do it. They know all the tricks and the games to avoid doing their jobs, or to stop someone else from doing theirs. And I'm thinking, you know what? Hey, as many stupid people as there is in the world, as far as I say, stupid fucking people, they might be very intelligent, but they don't have very many street smarts. They might be educated, which means they can remember things very easily. But street smarts and common sense are a little bit different. And as many people that don't have any common sense or street smarts, maybe we as activists and First Amendment auditors, we should get on the side of the cops, I'm starting to think, because these fucking people, you can't teach them. You got so many Karens in the world, and they believe in the shit that you tell them. So maybe we should be on the side of the cops and help them. Kick him again. Don't worry. I got the camera over here on the curb. He's resisting. Stop resisting, dude. And let the cops stomp a mud hole in his ass, because he probably fucking deserves it. He's probably one of them same people that's a damn troll on the internet, rides around, acts like, he can do no wrong. I'm just saying, maybe that's what we should start doing, because there's a lot
absolutely
of fucked up people. There's so many fucked up people in the world. I can't leave the house without seeing a half a dozen of them. Can't film them all. I'd have to have a camera strapped to my forehead.
Now that's funny. That's funny.
No fucking way, man. Did I tell you, I go to the store. The lady's eating her money. She's fucking old lady, because everybody in this area is old. They're all retired. Everybody in this whole fucking Florida's retired and old. So the lady's standing there. She pulls her mask down. She takes and licks her fingers. She gets $1 out, hands it to the lady, licks her fingers again, pulls the next $1 out. And she looks at us and said, we should have a mask on to protect her health. And I ain't wore a mask yet, but I'm standing there at the Walmart looking at this crazy ass old lady because I'm thinking if you didn't eat your fucking money, maybe you would have to worry about your own damn health. I mean, she's sitting there licking her fingers and touching money. I have no clue. That's just one case. I didn't say a word to the lady, right? The next time
I sat there and I got one of the girls who I became friends with up there at the dollar store up the way from my house here. I walk in and I'm sitting there. I'm getting ready to check out, right? And I pull down my mask like this. And the only time I wear a mask is to go into that one store because they're the only ones that say it's required. And I like the people in there, and I try to respect that. Okay,
it's their
so
store.
I pulled it down, and she looks at me and said, "Why'd you pull your mask down?" I said, "Well, why are you licking the money?" She went,
Yeah.
"What do you mean?" I said, "You lick your finger, and then you go and start counting money." I said, "Don't you think if you're gonna get COVID, you're gonna get COVID from that money quicker than you are from me with my mask down, don't you?"
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh my God. I said, there you go. Have you caught COVID yet? Well, no. I said, how many times do you do that a day? Every time I count money. I said, there you go. Think about
If
it.
it's a pad with some water, you can touch the fingers on the pad. Well, another guy told us we should wear masks to protect him and his wife's fucking health. And then because they both had COPD, then he turns around and orders 2 cartons of Carltons.
Yes.
I'm supposed to worry about your health, and you got COPD, and you just ordered 2 cartons of cigarettes. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
I just stand there and look at these people most of the time in shock, thinking, well, wouldn't that have made a great video?
Yeah.
You know, it's just they're nuts, man. So maybe we are on the wrong side. Maybe the cops are right and we're wrong.
Well,
Maybe
if they were just going after the stupid like
that's
that.
true too. But there's getting to be so many of them out there, it's hard to tell the difference when you go in public. I don't think it's like they're the only ones out there anymore because everyone you come in contact
No,
with.
it was like that same girl about a week before that, right? I come in there. And this guy just going off on her. He's speaking Spanish. There's a lot of Puerto Ricans around in the area. And he's speaking Puerto Rican Spanish to her, just cussing her out because I understood a few of the words. Okay. Cussing her out. And she looks at me and says, "Hey, how you doing? Can we talk?" I said, "Sure." And I put my arm out and I walked her right back to her office, to her safe place in her office. That guy started cussing me out, and I looked at him. I said, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
And then about 20 people in the store stood behind me, black, Hispanic, white, all in there. And they're all standing behind me saying, "Get the fuck out of the store. We're done listening to you. Go away." She's gone.
I'd have to look at my girl and say, what should I say, babe? She'd say, let me think, mente, baco, polaco, or something. I don't know. She'd have the right words, but she knows how to stop it. She'd give them to me. I can't remember them ever, so I always have to ask her, how do I say that again? How do I say fuck off and die? She'll tell me. She can speak Spanish, too.
Digital Jesus says the world's going crazy. People spray painting others. It's
I know it, man. That's just crazy. Motherfucker want to spray paint your face and shit. It's like, hey, man. That shit's funny.
But yeah, that type of stuff is insane.
That's why we do this shit. You know what I mean? That's why you got to always have a camera because, like I said,
you know what the biggest trending thing.
The beginning, go to DC Accuracy's page and watch the live feed video there when it all started.
You know, one of the biggest trending things right now is to get a Karen on a video, and you're gonna go viral.
They're so easy to find. Like I said, everywhere I go, they're out there. I mean, I can't even stand on a road in the middle of nowhere in Perry, taking a picture of a Paget billboard without one come driving up the wrong side of the 27. And this lady was driving up the wrong side of the highway. And what it was, what it was is I figured it out. Now, this is my opinion, but I think they took that little cutoff before their road. Otherwise, they had to go way past their road to make a U-turn and come back.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went by there the one time, I noticed there's like a dirt path. So what they're doing is they're coming through that median right there. They ain't even half a block before their road. They're going down through the ditch and up along the fence, and then they're driving along the fence line to get to their turn to go down that road so they don't have to drive an extra mile down the road, turn, and come back. That's what they're doing there.
Oh,
Well,
I
when we were
guarantee you
parked
that's what
there,
they're doing.
well, when we
They,
were parked there, that's why she sat there for so long. And I'm thinking, we sat there wondering, we thought it was a cop. I mean, that's the whole time I thought it was a fucking cop. Black tinted windows. I mean, you couldn't even see in these motherfuckers, right? So I'm thinking the whole time, this has got to be a fucking Perry cop. I didn't know he was even in the damn vehicle. So when they sat and made their U-turn, came back, they made the turn. She could have easily went home, but she didn't. She made the turn, went down, made a U-turn, came back and parked at the stop sign. And that's when she called the cops. But I walked
Mhm.
down there and took a picture of her tag and walked back to the truck, got in, and then we left. We
Yeah,
knew she was calling the cops. We didn't know it was a she at that point, but
right.
that's when I went off on the old Taylor County cop and cussed his ass out because he had no right to pull us over. We did
Dude,
absolutely nothing
dude,
wrong. The cops aren't allowed to pull you over for no reason,
if
you
you
know?
went to Dixie County, they do that on their four wheelers. You'll see four wheeler pass around every freaking little back road everywhere, and
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
do that all the time on their four wheelers. And they'll sit there and watch you. They'll come up to your house and try to watch you just to find something to bitch at you about. Literally.
Well, people don't use their cameras. I would love them to come here so I could go video them. I wouldn't have to
Yeah.
leave nowhere and spend no money for gas. I could walk out the door and video them like I did when they trespassed me from 12 places. That was
I
glorious.
literally watched one. I went down there. I had stayed the night at a friend's house there in the hammocks down there in Dixie County. And I walked out. I said, you know, you got someone watching your house on a four wheeler. He goes, yeah, she'll come down here and bitch about you looking at her. Now I said, dude, I didn't mean to. He's like, no, don't worry about it. She looks for anything to bitch at me about. He says, I think it's fucking hilarious that this lady has no life and has to find something to bitch at me about. So now I get she come down there and bitch that I actually had the balls and audacity to walk to the end of his driveway and watch his house. Okay.
Yeah.
And she came down. I mean, she's storming down there like she's freaking the Incredible Hulk, man. Man, motherfucker, just drive by. And he's like, he just starts cracking up, fucking laughing at her. He's laughing his ass off. And then the next thing you know, he says, "No, I'm gonna go get her back." He says she wants something to bitch about. I'm gonna give her something to bitch about. He went right down to her fucking drive, right in front of her drive, and she lived on a dirt road. And he just got this brand new Mustang, and that dirt road is not paved or maintained by the county, so it's her maintain, right? He peeled out on that some bitch doing fucking donuts like you wouldn't believe in that damn Mustang, just tore it up. There was dust flying 40 foot up in the air, and then he took off out of there.
Hey, you know what's funny? We look.
Uh,
I looked up the page the other day, and the boy. I got to check it out later this week. But supposedly, the guy that spray painted me, the only charge on file right now is the one where DC filed charges. Like my charges disappeared against him all of a sudden, which
really?
ain't going to do out well for him. So I got to go find out why
Yeah,
my
you need
name
to.
on the doc. And they're saying they have no information, no videotape, even though it's fucking, he'll get out of it. And I don't even care that
Yeah,
he gets out of it. We'll get to watch and document it and show that because he works for the police department, he can beat cops up, beat fucking innocent citizens up for doing nothing wrong and get out of it. So that's even better than if they gave him a slap on the wrist because he won't get no trouble at all out of this. And I knew that from the beginning. But like I said,
so it was a cop
watch
that
it
spray
unfold.
painted
Huh?
you.
Well, see, he works for the sheriff's department, putting allegedly he puts tracking bracelets on autistic children. So a person with that anger and that mentality, do you really want someone like that working around autistic children? He fucking tend
No,
to. But either way, that's what he does. So that's why they're working so hard to get him out of these charges. Because if he gets charged with fucking 2 counts of fucking battery for no reason on citizens that weren't doing anything wrong but eating a damn pizza in a pizza joint, and walking up and down the street with a camera in their hand. And he thought we were Black Lives Matter, allegedly, what I seen, because that's what he said, and that's what he was looking for that morning. He was at a damn store in there that morning. His wife come rushing in the store. Maya and you and me were both in there, no cameras. And says, "Have you seen Bill? We never met this guy before." And that's who they were talking about. And he said he run around here with a truckload of guns looking for the protesters. Well, there was 3 protesters there that morning. 2 of them were white, 1 of them was black. Well, they stood there in front of the courthouse for about a couple hours, and then they left. Well, then we showed up. DC Accuracy invited Maya and you and me down there. So I went down there. Well, he was, I guess, already, I don't know what he was doing, but he had left the area because we walked all around the town did a 2-hour live, then did an hour live walking around. But they didn't like us. They just didn't like me. They just don't like me, man. I don't know why.
Oh well, Taylor County, unless you're sucking that thin blue line, they're going to hate you. I'll tell you that now.
Oh no, this was Mayo. Hey, this was Mayo.
Oh, okay.
This was my county.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I told DC Accuracy.
Well, Mayo probably ain't much different than Dixie. I mean, they're just about as inbred there.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I said they got 4 or 5 Walker families that aren't related, but they're all last names Walker.
Yeah. Bullshit.
Mayo Taylor County got 7 Paget families, and none of them, they're all spelled the same, but none of them are related either, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
That way they can marry Paget and they're not related because they've been different of the 7 families.
Yep. You're right.
Maybe they were all 7 adopted children named Paget. Maybe that's what it was. They probably all had, they all probably had the same daddy, though, huh?
Damn. I had to sneeze on that one, man. Sorry.
That's bad. I ain't got the COVID, just good weed.
But yeah, them people are very bad inbred. in both and probably all 3 of those counties, I would say.
Hey, look at over there in Union County. The same sheriff's family, grandfather, and then his son, and now his son have been the sheriff in that county for over 70 years.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody sees a problem with that.
Right.
That's Union County, Florida. The same fucking family's been the sheriff 70 plus years. Grandfather, father, and son now.
Mm-hmm.
They're the ones that came out and act like, who are you? You can tell us who you are. You walking past our courthouse. My courthouse. You ain't from here, are you? Don't worry about where I'm from. And then he's going to tell me I was barking at him. Oh, it set me off then. Barking at you. I said, oh, okay. And then it was my turn then. Everybody says,
did you show him what barking was?
Yeah, I told him goodbye, Felicia, and all kind of shit came out. I don't even know what the hell I said. I'd have to go back and watch the video a couple of times to remember because it just comes out. I don't think it just spews out.
Mm-hmm.
Everything I ever thought about their sorry ass, I guess I voiced then at that point in time. But it usually, I mean, I think about it a little bit. I want to make sure I don't violate the law.
Mm-hmm.
I tell them how I feel and what I think. But I don't hope and pray. You're not allowed to hope and pray no more. You see what they did to Eric for hoping and praying. You can't hope and pray in the free world no more. They took that away.
Yeah, you have no religious freedoms.
Or hope. You have no hope, you can't pray. Or they'll charge you like they did Eric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's bullshit too.
Like I said, the system's out of control. It's the foxes are in the hen house. They're running it. I mean,
they've been running it for a while, which is sad.
But don't worry. Hey, y'all, just vote. That's all. You'll do good. Just vote. Have faith in your system to destroy you, because they will.
It looks like the mayor here in this town, Rochester, is probably going to be going to jail soon.
Cool.
Minimum of losing her mayorship.
Yeah.
For her corruption that she's been doing and been caught at.
Slap on the wrist. That's all she'll get.
Like I said, probably minimum losing her mayorship though. There's too many people that would have gone now, and I'm talking high people with lots of money, power.
You know how many mayors and fucking were in the place I was in? I was in with all the top dog, highfalutin, multi-millionaire federal fucking criminals. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
I mean, I was in there where they stuck fucking what's his name on the damn tool time, old Tim Allen. He did
Yeah.
time with me. That's the kind of people they send there. I mean, it's like
Okay.
fucking a retirement home for the old guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You couldn't have a violent crime or a weapon involved in your crime and go to this place because it's the most exclusive federal place.
Yeah, I was
in the
going
whole
to say you
United
went to
States.
the place where they feed you really well and everything.
You had movie theaters, played 2 movies
Mhm.
every day. On the weekends, there was new releases all weekend. Whatever's playing at the movie theater, we was watching in there. And it's funny because when it came up, it'd say it's a federal crime to duplicate this movie and watch it outside. And here we are, prisoners, watching it in the fucking prison. So they're violating federal law right there, giving us the movie to watch. So you know,
Right. Yeah, without no money being exchanged. Yes.
yeah, that's fucked up, ain't it? Federal fuckers. They're all crooked, man. Every one of them. If they're involved in the government, they're a crooked socialist.
That a friend of mine always used to say, if he ever committed a crime, he's going to steal $280,000 or better from a bank. That way, he goes to a prison like what you said, and he's going to do it all digitally.
The
So
Suwannee
that
County,
way there is no gun or anything else involved, so he can go to a prison like you did if he gets caught.
hey, yeah, you want to go to somewhere nice. Hey, the Madison Tractor Company guy got 2 DUIs, right? So the lawyer who was in charge of the case that worked in the Suwannee County went to the district attorney and offered the district attorney $20,000 off the price of a new tractor if he dropped these 2 DUI charges, which the Suwannee County district attorney went ahead and agreed with. He took the bribe. Well, the lawyer got busted because I forget how. It's all documented. You can research it. Well, the lawyer testified in federal court against the district attorney here in Suwannee County. So now the district attorney's under investigation for that, right? Well, the lawyer told the federal government a whole lot more than just about the tractor scam. So now the federal government is investigating the district attorney of Suwannee County for stealing him and the district attorney's mother and him are involved. They stole $987,000. Now that's almost $1 million.
Yeah.
From a homeless guy that had a bunch of Coca-Cola stocks, and they bought a $350,000 home, which the federal government's going to take, I'm pretty sure. So he's under federal investigation. Now, the story that I heard through the grapevine, which it's allegedly, there's going to be some more heads rolling around here. There might be a judge and a sheriff and who knows who else before, because the district attorney, he's going to get up there and the federal government going to tell him, you get it 100 years, motherfucker. He's going to have to work with us. He's going to tell him what he knows. So hopefully a few more heads will roll around this area before it's all said and done. And you can't fucking just say, well, it's only them. It's not only them. I mean, they were the top dog in this whole fucking town. When he went from living on a ragged ass place to a $350,000 home that he purchased with his mother, nobody questioned where the money came from. Everybody knew every time he took a shit around here because everybody knows everything about everybody. So you can't tell me they didn't know that he fucking hit the windfall somehow, but they were involved with it somehow because now we're only talking $350,000. Where'd the rest of that money go?
Right.
Out of $987,000 they transferred out of that homeless guy's Coca-Cola stocks. And that was something else I didn't know. When you get an attorney, you sign power of attorney of your life over to the lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that? I didn't know that.
Yep.
So now they have control of everything, and that's how he got the money out of that guy's stock. He had power of attorney over the guy.
Yep. Right.
They're in full control of everything, dude, and there's nothing nobody can do about it.
Yep.
The system's over, dude. It's so corrupted, you can't fix it. It's like my old broke down truck out there. It's too far gone. You can't do nothing for it.
You can fix it. There's a way to fix it, but and I still think it's coming. The fix will come one way or another.
Total
Just
from the
the
ground up restoration. Hey, ground up restoration. That's the only way to fix it. That's what you got to do with the government. It's got to
what
be
I'm
from the
talking
ground up
about.
restoration. Get rid of
That's what I'm
all the
talking
old
about.
fucking farts or parts and start over because they're all
That's
corrupt
what I'm talking
for
about.
the dollar.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, yesterday should have proved to them that there's enough Americans that when you piss them off, they might just show up at your doorstep. And if they ain't figured that out yet, they're probably putting steel doors on that fucking building right now.
Oh,
And
they're putting
windows with
steel doors on
bars and
their
fucking
phone.
louvers.
You know they
Huh?
took Pence. You do know they took Pence out of the Capitol building uh, by escort. They had first made almost a mile and a half perimeter around the Capitol building, so they could go back and finish off all that bullshit. Right. Then they took Pence and they put him with an escort of Marines on a helicopter bound to West Virginia. What's in West Virginia? The the vice president's bunker. You ain't got nothing
I'm
in West
losing signal.
Virginia. I say, do you hear me?
No, I'm breaking up again.
Well, you need to quit moving around.
I ain't touched the phone. It's sitting in the phone holder.
Oh, okay.
My
But
signal comes and goes, dude. You're
I
back now. My signal comes and goes, dude. I have the worst signal in the world down here.
I said, but what I was talking about was Vice President Pence. You want to know how scared he is? They literally made a mile and a half perimeter around the Capitol building with National Guardsmen, right? Then Then they took a Marine escort from the Capitol building to a helicopter, and the helicopter went to West Virginia. Okay. The only thing Pence has in West Virginia to go to West Virginia for is the vice president's bunker. So he's hiding in the bunker for the vice president right now. That's how scared Pence is.
Is that what you call liberty?
Is that what I call liberty? What do you mean?
If the government's afraid of the people, that's liberty. If the people are afraid of the government, that's tyranny. Now, that's something Ben Franklin, I think, said. I'm not sure.
Yes, I believe you're right. I'm not sure either, but I've heard that quote before. But yeah, that shows you they're terrified right now. When they have to make a mile and a half perimeter around the Capitol building just to make sure they feel secure. Yeah, that's saying something. So they did wake. They got a wake up call yesterday. A bigger wake up call than they were expecting. So, and I admit to that. Secretary Kelly McEnany holds I guess, a press conference, White House press. So, well, I've been on here 2 hours, man, a little over 2 hours. I'm going to go ahead and get off here. You try to have a good rest of your night, Poor Dirt Farmer. Thought I'd bring up what I brought up and let everybody know what I knew and what I've been seeing come out as new evidence. And y'all try to have a good day. Did you hear me, Poor Dirt Farmer?
Well, stay warm is all I can tell you, because that's what I'm going to do.
Oh,
Stay
it's easy
warm,
to
blood.
stay
All I
warm.
can tell you. Stay warm.
Yeah, I am. I am. For now. For now, I'm staying warm. Yeah.
It's
Y'all
raining
have a
here. If it
good.
gets any colder, we would have got snow, but it's only in the 40s.
Uh-oh. Well, we just lost Poor Dirt Farmer. So, but that's all right. Like I said, I'm going to shut down. Y'all have a good night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whichever the case may be, whoever's out there, because there's 18 of you that watch it. And Enjoy it.